Hello Starseeds, welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny. So today we're continuing the Beyond series, the series where we go beyond the typical New Age teachings and thinkings to the quantum truth behind, the quantum truth underneath. And even though this is advanced understanding, it's actually simpler in a lot of ways. Once you glimpse the truth, it's generally less complicated than the illusion. So what we've covered so far in this series, if you haven't caught up yet, is beyond beliefs, beyond manifestation, and today we're going beyond time, which is maybe one of the most challenging things for people to go beyond. That's a really powerful program that we learned as soon as we were born into the earth paradigm. So this is going to be a little bit tricky to word, so just keep an open mind, and I think you're really going to enjoy this one. Of course, before we jump in, please remember to like this video, share it, and subscribe for new videos on this channel every Sunday and Wednesday. Okay, so the first thing that I want to say about time is that it is a human invention. Outside of Earth, it's timeless. It's definitely a human way, a measurement, and a limiting program. So all time is a human interpretation of the changes happening in the now moment. So I'm going to say that one more time. Time is a human interpretation of the changes happening in the now moment. So change is constant. Everything is always changing. Everything in the universe, nothing stays the same. Change is constant. The now moment is all there is. And anything that you would consider past or future is mental energy. It's thoughts. So the past is mental memories and remembrance and thoughts. And then the future is mental planning, or sometimes worrying and anxiety, and consideration. It's all mental. So if you go in the future, in the past, it's mental energy. But right here, in this moment, that's the truth. It's all there is. The now moment is all you will ever experience. Everything else is a thought. The now moment is the only thing that we have. It's the only thing that we can prove. But in fact, scientists have proven that time doesn't exist. So I know that this is really difficult for us to wrap our minds around, because we see, for instance, if you had an apple sitting out on the counter and you saw over time how it eventually rotted and went bad, and you would say, like I just said, over time, that's what happened, right? But again, time is the interpretation of the changes happening in the present moment. That's all it is. So in the moment that we're in the now moment, change is constant. End of story. See how sometimes going into the quantum truth can actually be a little bit simpler in a way, yet it's a mind boggler. And this one is hard for me to understand too, particularly when it comes to our past lives, which are not past. They're alternate lifetimes, parallel lifetimes. Everything is happening simultaneously. And so all of the different versions of you are layered on top of each other like a holographic universe, multi-dimensional. And when you tap into another lifetime and you have that soul remembrance, that's alignment of those layers. So this timeline aligned with that timeline, and a memory happened, or a connection. an alignment. And an alignment happens to an alternate lifetime or timeline when there is something that you need to know, such as a soul lesson. Like each lifetime, we are having these soul lessons where we are working through stuff and we are growing. And if you have something happen in another lifetime that's still affecting you, it's going to try to come through for healing. So it's going to always be knocking at the door, waiting for you to hit the alignment so it can come through. And a lot of the time that happens in our dreams, in our meditations, in our visions, or if you get a reading, like for instance, the readings that I offer, then we can bring forward that information and align in the moment together to bring that information forward. So the connection to those other lifetimes, it has to happen in the now moment. You have to align now in the only moment that there is, and all that really exists is the now moment, okay? That's when you have to align to it. It's not, the past lives are not past, future lives are not future. It's all happening now because now is all there is. So the truth is change and transformation in the now moment. That's the truth of the universe, of your life, and of how things work. Change and transformation in the now moment. That's the truth and all that there is. And in the now moment, you are whole. But when you try to project yourself into the future or back into the past, you become fractured. You're not the whole being. You can't align with the other timeline layers of you, other versions of you. And there are, countless versions of you living out lifetimes right now aligned with who you are now. And the thing about achieving your highest timeline, your highest self, becoming the best version of yourself, is that's when those alignments happen. Because all of the other versions of you are also pursuing that highest self, highest life, the most good, all the abundance, all of those things. I guarantee you all your versions are pursuing that. So when you are all in pursuit of the same thing, it's very aligned. This is why spiritual teachers teach about the power of presence. How many books, videos, lectures have you seen on the power of the present moment, remaining present? Like so many books. I have so many books just on that topic myself because it seems to elude us and we don't understand the importance of it. And being a human in particular makes it really hard because we have the ego program, which is a narrator of our moment, of our day, of everything. So we get caught up in the mental energy. And then where does the mental energy lead us? Past, present, and in the past and the present we're fractured. And here in this present moment we have the gift of being whole. And this is why those spiritual teachers teach on this. It's the only truth there is. It's where the magic is. For instance, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, or A New Earth. I particularly liked A New Earth. It teaches you how to embody present living, like you become the present moment. So when you live in the present moment, when you follow that teaching of putting presence above everything else, it really should be the priority. Because when you have that, then everything else falls into place. I think that literally it's the most important thing that any spiritual person, starseed, lightworker, anyone, human, like any soul that is looking to better their lives, the first thing that they should be working on is presence. It's the most important. It's tricky though, but if you can make friends with the present moment, and then you're in flow, then you're in surrender, then you're in acceptance, and everything else will fall into place and align for you because you made that one decision. But you have to keep making that choice over and over and over again every time you feel yourself getting pulled into autopilot thinking. You have to return to the present moment, and then it happens again. And you return to the present moment, and it's a constant battle. But it does get easier with time, and the gaps in between presents get shorter. But I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't still happen. I think it happens to even the most enlightened teachers. It is still having to bring yourself back to the present moment, having to remember to do that. But when you do, that is when you become your multidimensional self. Remember, we were saying then you align with all the versions of you in all those layered timelines. You become all of the versions of you at once. It's a wild experience to feel yourself as this character and that character and that character and that character, and you'll have these crazy moments where you feel like you're living, I just got goosebumps when I said that, where you literally feel like you were living multiple lives at once. Deja vu, dreams about being these other characters, moments in your day where everything is just so real, so many signs, moments in your life where you are like astral traveling right in that moment, and you can feel it. Like you can feel the other versions of you there. They almost become like members of your team where you can call on them for help, and they're calling on you too. It all gets really like Twilight Zone. It's so magical. It all starts with the present moment, though. That's all you need to do to align to all of that magic, to all of the versions of yourself. Now, oftentimes the human mind, can only glimpse this truth. So if you even caught a glimpse of it in this video, then I've done my job. Because I can glimpse it and see it and understand it, and then it fades away. And you lose it again. And you have to keep reminding yourself that time is an illusion, that the present moment is all that there is. Because in the present now moment, you are everything. When you are present, you are aligned. When you are aligned, you become everything. That's oneness. Not just, let's push this a little further, shall we? Not just all the versions of yourself, but you become everything. And that open door is only available through the present moment, where you become the all. You become God or source. You become that person next to you. You become the animals, nature, the trees, every human. Can you just imagine in a moment having your mind just blown wide open, your heart blown wide open, and suddenly being everything just for a little space of time? It can only last so long. Like I said, the human mind can only glimpse these things often. It's not a state that you are necessarily going to live in, but the glimpse will change you. This is why I talk about oneness so much, and my Kundalini awakening realization that happened to me. That's what happened, and it changed everything. Because when you feel it, when you experience it, you know it's the truth, and that becomes your pillar stone for navigating the confusion of Earth, the spiritual community, New Age. It's all so much, and everybody's all crazy. When you have a pillar stone of truth that you have experienced, it is like your lighthouse. And I use that now. When I get lost or confused along the way, I can use that experience that was godlike, that was true enlightenment, and bounce everything else off of it, measure everything against it. Does it feel like oneness? And if not, then it's fractured. It's past, it's future, it's polarity or duality. It's not oneness, it's not God, it's not source. And you know why else time is an illusion? Let's just keep going further and further with this. One more step. Just one, keep with me on this. You know why else time is an illusion? My ear just rang, so we're on track here. Because your incarnations, lifetimes, right, are an illusion. The now moment is all that there is. The soul is all that there is. The soul is eternal. Eternal. The incarnations are you playing a character or a role, and they are essentially, because they are not your truth and who you really are, they are illusions. Time is just like that. It doesn't mean that those lifetimes aren't important, that you didn't truly experience the lessons, the character that you played, the relationships that you had, and all of that. But it's like dressing up a soul, an eternal, powerful soul, in human clothing or Pleiadian clothing or Lyran clothing, bodies, dressing it up to look different and letting it have a play, letting it play out a level of a game, letting it just see if it can get it this time. How does it feel in this body and space? How do you feel now? And then try another one. How do you feel now? And then try another one. But what was the truth, right? The truth was the eternal soul. That's the only constant. Okay, that is like the now moment. The soul is the truth. The now moment is the truth. The lifetimes are the illusion. Time is an illusion. So now that I've gone as far as I possibly can beyond time, please let me know in the comments below what you think about it. How do you wrap your mind around this scientifically proven truth that time is an illusion? It doesn't exist. It's all just the now moment and change happening within that moment. So I'll really look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for joining again in this Beyond series. What do you want me to go beyond next? I've had a handful of really good ideas that I would not have thought of. So please send me your ideas. Send what you want me to go beyond. What new age belief? What new age teaching? Time's not even a new age belief or teaching though. This is like a human earth teaching and we're going beyond it. So what here on earth do you want to go beyond? Sometimes we can sense that there's a quantum truth much deeper than this program that we've always been taught over and over and over. Time is one of those things. And the 9-to-5 program, we've talked about that a lot in the Abundance 101 video. That 9-to-5 program, it's one of those things where it just doesn't feel right. And you need to go beyond it, but you don't know how. So I'll really be looking for those video suggestions. Just pop them in the comments down below. Now, please remember that if you want to work with me, I have, oh my goodness, so much exciting services right now. My services have been completely transformed due to a personal transformation that I went through, which I explained in the video on this channel called Emerging from the Cocoon. So if you haven't seen that yet, it was a live that was on IG. Check it out. There's a lot of amazing information in there about what it means to go into the cocoon and then emerge from it, and everything that I've gained from that experience. And all of the amazing changes and transformations that happen within my business and the new services that I'm now offering. So if this piques your interest, a hint is live readings with you. So powerful, behind the scenes, be a part of the experience with me, experiencing that energy firsthand. It is intense. Talk about activating, upgrading, connecting with your team, your parallel selves. It's wild. So if you're interested in any services that I have, or if you just want to know what I offer, check out the links below. There's healings, there's readings like what I was just talking about, and then there is the new membership program. Now I'm hoping when this video goes live that the membership program will also be live, but if not, very shortly it's going to be going live. You can see a link for the VIP Starseed membership so that you can check out everything that's included. There's an introductory price right now that is not going to last because you are getting way too much for that, way too much value for this tiny little $22 a month. And what you're going to be experiencing and gain from that membership is insane. Check it out. Just quickly off the top of my head, like group astral experiences where we're going to sacred sites around the world, doing our Starseed missions, helping Gaia, infusing and enforcing the ley lines, the planetary grids, going to other dimensions when needed. We are needed in multiple places. There is healing needed. There is starseed energy needed. And sometimes there are, I hesitate to use the word battle, but there's no real other word for it. Sometimes there are battles between the light and the darkness. And again, polarity and duality is needed to create the oneness. And so I'll just say that it's going to be all kinds of stuff happening. When we do these group astral experiences, we are truly serving in our Starseed mission by doing this. But that's just one of the things available in the membership. There are so many things: workshops, quantum workshops, metaphysical healings, light language transmissions, guest speakers, card pulls, moon ceremonies, and on and on and on. Like I said, it's ridiculous amount of value for what's being exchanged energetically from you. So definitely check that out before the introductory price goes away. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like this video. Please comment below and then share it so that other people can go beyond time. And before we go, please remember, always remember to listen to your heart and the quiet voice within. Because you are so much more than the body you are in. Thank you, Starseed. Have a beautiful day.